Cristiano Ronaldo was born on February 5, 1985, on the small Portuguese island of Madeira. It was a beautiful place surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean. But for Cristiano's family, life was far from easy. His family was poor. His father, Jose Dinis Aveiro, worked as a gardener and part-time equipment manager at a local football club. His mother, Maria Dolores dos Santos Aveiro, worked long hours as a cook and cleaner to help support the family. Neither of them earned much money. Every euro mattered. The family lived in a tiny house in the neighborhood of Santo Antonio. Cristiano shared a small bedroom with his brother and two sisters. There was very little space, no luxury, no expensive toys, no fashionable clothes. Money was always a problem. Sometimes there wasn't enough food on the table. Sometimes his parents worried about paying the bills. Life was a daily struggle. Cristiano could see the stress on his parents' faces. He knew they worked incredibly hard just to provide the basics. His father also struggled with alcoholism, creating even more challenges for the family. There were days filled with uncertainty, days filled with worry. But despite everything, Cristiano found happiness whenever he had a football at his feet. Football became his escape. The streets of Madeira became his first training ground. He played before school, after school, until sunset, sometimes even after it became too dark to see the ball clearly. His friends often went home exhausted. Cristiano wanted to keep playing. He hated losing. Even friendly neighborhood games felt like World Cup finals to him. If his team lost, he sometimes cried, not because of the score, because he believed every match was another chance to become better. Teachers noticed that football was all he thought about. During class, he dreamed about stadiums filled with fans, about wearing Portugal's national team jersey, about becoming the best player in the world. Many adults smiled politely, some laughed. Others told him to be realistic. Very few children from poor families became international football stars. The odds were almost impossible, but Cristiano never stopped believing. His family couldn't afford expensive football academies. They couldn't buy the newest boots every season. Sometimes he played in worn-out shoes. Sometimes he practiced on rough streets instead of perfect grass fields. Yet none of that mattered to him. Every obstacle became another reason to work harder. At the age of 8, he joined Madeira, the local club where his father worked. The coaches immediately noticed something different. Cristiano was faster than most children. He trained longer, ran harder, and refused to give up. Winning wasn't enough. He wanted to improve every single day. Soon he moved to Nacional, one of Madeira's biggest clubs. His performances attracted attention across the island. People began talking about the skinny boy with incredible speed and endless determination. But behind every success was another sacrifice. While other children spent weekends relaxing, Cristiano spent hours training. While others played video games, he practiced dribbling. While others slept, he dreamed about football. His family believed in him even when life was difficult. His mother later admitted that there were times when they had almost nothing, but they never stopped encouraging their son to chase his dream. Cristiano often looked out across the ocean surrounding Madeira. He knew that somewhere beyond the horizon was a bigger world, bigger stadiums, better opportunities, stronger competition. One day, he promised himself he would leave the island, not because he wanted to escape his family, because he wanted to change their lives forever. He wanted to buy his parents a better home, to make sure they would never worry about money again, to prove that no dream was too big for a poor boy from a small island. Almost nobody believed it was possible, but Cristiano did. At just 12 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo faced the biggest decision of his young life. Scouts from Sporting CB, one of Portugal's biggest football clubs, believed he had extraordinary talent. They invited him to join their famous youth academy in Lisbon. For most children, it sounded like an incredible opportunity. For Cristiano, it also meant leaving everything he had ever known: his home, his family, his friends, his island. Madeira was nearly 10 kilometers away from Lisbon. To a 12-year-old boy, it felt like moving to another world. The night before his departure was emotional. His mother hugged him tightly. His sisters tried to stay strong. His father told him to never stop believing in himself. Cristiano promised his family one thing: "I'll come back one day and make you proud." Then he boarded the plane. It was the first time he had been so far away from home. As the island disappeared beneath the clouds, Cristiano realized his childhood had ended. When he arrived in Lisbon, everything felt unfamiliar. The city was bigger. The academy was more competitive. Every player had been the best in his hometown. Now, everyone was talented. Everyone wanted the same dream. Only a few would succeed. Cristiano suddenly found himself completely alone. He missed home every single day. He missed his mother-ass cooking. He missed hearing his family-ass voices. Some nights, he cried quietly before falling asleep. He wondered if leaving home had been the right decision. The other boys quickly noticed that Cristiano spoke with a strong Madeiran accent. Some laughed at the way he talked. Others teased him because he came from a poor family. They didn't know how difficult his childhood had been. Some days, the loneliness felt unbearable. Many young players couldn't handle the pressure. Every year, talented boys packed their bags and returned home. Their dreams ended before they had even begun. Cristiano refused to become one of them. Instead of complaining, he trained. When practice ended, he stayed on the field. He practiced dribbling, free kicks, sprinting, shooting, again and again and again. While others rested, Cristiano continued working. Coaches noticed something unusual. He wasn't always the strongest player. He wasn't always the tallest, but nobody trained harder. Nobody wanted success more. His determination became impossible to ignore. Every criticism became fuel. Every joke motivated him. Every difficult day made him mentally stronger. Then life delivered another painful challenge. At the age of 15, doctors discovered that Cristiano had a heart condition called tachycardia, which caused his heart to beat dangerously fast. The diagnosis shocked him. Doctors warned that his football career could be over before it had truly begun. For a boy whose entire life revolved around football, those words were devastating. He underwent heart surgery. The operation was successful. Only a few days later, Cristiano was already thinking about returning to training. Within weeks, he was back on the pitch, running, competing, chasing the same dream. The setback only strengthened his determination. Cristiano promised himself that no obstacle would stop him. Not poverty, not loneliness, not homesickness, not illness, not fear. Every sacrifice had a purpose. He wasn't training only for himself anymore. He was training for his parents, for his brother and sisters, for every family that struggled like his, for every child who had been told their dream was impossible. Years later, Cristiano would say that leaving Madeira at 12 years old was one of the hardest moments of his life. But it was also the moment that changed everything. The lonely boy who cried himself to sleep was slowly becoming the athlete who would inspire hundreds of millions of people around the world. His journey was only beginning. The greatest victories and the greatest challenges were still ahead. Cristiano Ronaldo's performances at Sporting CP were becoming impossible to ignore. Every match attracted more scouts, every goal brought more attention. Every season, he looked faster, stronger, more confident. Coaches believed he possessed something special, not just talent, an obsession with becoming better every single day. Then, in the summer of 2003, everything changed. Sporting CP played a friendly match against Manchester United, one of the biggest football clubs in the world. The Portuguese side shocked everyone by defeating the English champions, but the final score wasn't what people remembered most. They remembered one young winger, an 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo. His speed was unbelievable. His dribbling left defenders behind. His confidence amazed everyone watching. Manchester United's players couldn't stop talking about him after the match. Several senior players reportedly told manager Sir Alex Ferguson, "We have to sign this kid." Sir Alex watched Cristiano carefully. He immediately understood that he wasn't looking at an ordinary teenager. He was looking at a future superstar. Just days later, Manchester United agreed to pay approximately 24 million for Cristiano Ronaldo. It became the highest transfer fee ever paid for a teenager in English football at that time. The football world was shocked. Many people questioned the decision. How could an 18-year-old be worth so much money? The pressure became enormous. Fans expected immediate success. Newspapers analyzed every match. Every mistake became a headline. Every missed chance brought criticism. Cristiano also inherited one of football's most famous shirt numbers. Number 7, the number previously worn by club legends like George Best, Brian Robson, Eric Cantona, and David Beckham. Cristiano didn't even want the number at first. He worried the expectations would be too high, but Sir Alex Ferguson believed he was ready. The legendary manager looked at Cristiano and said, "You can handle it." Those words stayed with him forever. The beginning wasn't easy. Cristiano amazed fans with incredible dribbling skills, fancy stepovers, explosive acceleration, beautiful tricks. But critics kept repeating the same sentence: too many tricks, not enough goals. Some journalists called him selfish. Others claimed he would never become one of the world's best players. Cristiano heard every criticism. Instead of arguing, he worked. He arrived before training. He stayed after everyone else had gone home. He practiced shooting hundreds of times. He improved his weaker foot. He built muscle in the gym. He trained his speed, his balance, his jumping ability, his finishing. Every season, he became stronger, faster, smarter, more complete. His teammates noticed something different. Cristiano hated losing. Even in training, if his team lost a practice match, he became frustrated. He pushed himself harder the next day. Sir Alex Ferguson admired that mentality. He guided Cristiano like a father, teaching him discipline, patience, decision-making, and professionalism. The hard work began producing results. Goals increased, assists increased, confidence grew. Manchester United started winning trophies again. Cristiano helped the club win multiple Premier League titles, domestic cups, and finally, in 2008, the greatest prize in European club football, the UEFA Champions League. That same year, Cristiano achieved another childhood dream. He won the Ballon d'Or, the award given to the best football player in the world. Only a few years earlier, he had been the poor boy from Madeira, the lonely teenager who cried after leaving home. The young player mocked for his accent. Now he stood on the biggest stage in football, holding the most prestigious individual trophy in the sport. The critics who once doubted him were now praising him. His market value soared. His salary increased dramatically. Global brands rushed to sign endorsement deals. Millions of young fans wanted to wear his famous number 7 jersey. Cristiano Ronaldo was no longer just a talented footballer. He had become a global superstar, but even greater challenges awaited him. Soon, the biggest football club in the world would come calling, and one record-breaking transfer would change his life forever. In the summer of 2009, football history changed forever. Real Madrid, the most successful football club in the world, wanted Cristiano Ronaldo. The Spanish giants believed he could lead a new era. After weeks of negotiations, the deal was completed. The transfer fee reached 94 million. At the time, it was the most expensive transfer in football history. The entire sports world was watching. More than 80,000 fans filled the Santiago Bernabéu stadium just to witness Cristiano's official presentation. The atmosphere felt like a championship final. Cameras from around the world broadcast the event live. Millions of people watched. The expectations were almost impossible. Some people believed no player could justify such an enormous price. Cristiano welcomed the pressure. He didn't come to Madrid simply to play football. He came to make history. From his very first season, he scored goals at an unbelievable rate. Every year, the numbers became more extraordinary: 20 goals, 30 goals, 40 goals, then 50. Season after season, defenders struggled to stop him. Goalkeepers feared him, fans admired him, critics slowly fell silent. Cristiano trained with incredible discipline. He arrived early, stayed late, maintained one of the strictest fitness routines in professional sports. His diet was carefully planned. His recovery was monitored every day. While others rested during vacations, Cristiano continued training. He believed talent could make you successful, but discipline could make you legendary. The trophies soon followed. Real Madrid won 4 UEFA Champions League titles with Cristiano leading the attack. He lifted league titles, domestic cups, the FIFA Club World Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, and many other major trophies. Individual awards continued arriving as well. Cristiano won multiple Ballon d'Or trophies, confirming his place among the greatest footballers in history. He broke record after record. Fastest player to score 100 goals for Real Madrid, then 200, then 300. Eventually, he became Real Madrid's all-time leading scorer, with 451 goals in just 438 matches, an astonishing average of more than 1 goal per game. Many experts believe those records might never be broken. His popularity exploded around the world. Children wore his number 7 jersey. Fans filled stadiums just to watch him play. His name became known in nearly every country. Television audiences reached hundreds of millions. Social media followers climbed into the hundreds of millions, making him one of the most followed people on earth. But Cristiano wasn't only building a football career, he was building a business empire. Global companies competed to work with him. His long-term partnership with Nike became one of the biggest endorsement deals in sports history. He also partnered with luxury brands, technology companies, fitness products, and international businesses. Every commercial increased his global influence. Every sponsorship added millions of dollars to his income. His annual earnings reached tens of millions, then over 100 million in several years. For many seasons, Cristiano ranked among the highest-paid athletes in the entire world. He invested wisely: real estate, hotels, fashion, health and fitness businesses. His personal Cur7 brand expanded into clothing, shoes, underwear, fragrances, hotels, gyms, and lifestyle products. Football had made him famous. Business was making him even wealthier. By the end of the 2010 AS, Cristiano Ronaldo had achieved something almost unimaginable. His total career earnings surpassed 1 billion, making him one of the first football players in history to reach that milestone. The poor boy from Madeira who once shared a tiny bedroom with his siblings had become a global icon, a football legend, a billionaire athlete, and one of the most successful sports businessmen the world had ever seen. Yet despite the wealth, the fame, and the records, Cristiano believed his greatest victories were still ahead. It as measured by what you build beyond the game. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't just create a legendary football career. He created a legacy that will continue long after the final whistle. Years later, during a live interview, a young fan stood up and asked Cristiano Ronaldo, "What is the secret of your success?" Cristiano smiled. The room became silent. Then he answered, "Talent is important, but talent without hard work is nothing." He paused for a moment before continuing. "People only see the goals, they see the trophies, they see the money. They see the celebrations, they don't see the thousands of hours when nobody was watching. They don't see the mornings when I woke up before everyone else. They don't see the extra training after practice had already finished. They don't see the pain, the injuries, the criticism, the loneliness, the sacrifices." Cristiano explained that success was never built during the 90 minutes of a football match. It was built long before the stadium lights turned on. It was built during cold mornings when he wanted to stay in bed, during evenings when everyone else went home while he stayed to practice, during vacations when other people rested while he continued training, during the moments when failure seemed much closer than victory. Throughout his career, millions praised him, but millions also criticized him. Every missed penalty became headlines. Every poor performance was discussed around the world. People questioned whether he was finished, whether he was too old, whether another player had become better. Cristiano never argued. He answered with hard work. Again and again and again, he believed discipline always speaks louder than words. Looking back on his journey, the transformation seemed almost impossible. A poor boy from Madeira, a tiny house, parents struggling to pay bills, a child who sometimes didn't have enough food, a lonely 12-year-old who cried after leaving home, a teenager told he wasn't good enough, a young footballer criticized for doing too many tricks, a player who underwent heart surgery at just 15 years old. Every obstacle could have ended his dream. Instead, every obstacle became another reason to keep moving forward. Years later, Cristiano achieved what very few athletes in history ever have. He won multiple Ballon d'Or awards, 5 UEFA Champions League titles, league championships in different countries, international trophies with Portugal, scored more than 900 official career goals, earned over $1 billion throughout his career, built businesses around the world, became one of the most followed people on social media with more than 1 billion followers across platforms, inspired hundreds of millions of people. Yet when asked what achievement made him proudest, Cristiano didn't mention the money. He didn't mention the trophies. He simply said, "Becoming better than I was yesterday." That mindset became the foundation of everything he achieved. Cristiano Ronaldo's story proves one powerful lesson. Your starting point does not determine your destination. You may begin with nothing. You may face rejection. You may be underestimated. You may fail again and again and again. But if you continue improving when everyone else stops, your future can become completely different from your past. One poor boy, one impossible dream, thousands of early mornings, millions of repetitions, countless sacrifices, relentless discipline, and an unbreakable belief that he could become the best. That belief didn't just change Cristiano Ronaldo's life. It changed football history forever, because legends are not born, they are built one day, one decision, one sacrifice at a time.